Alright, Shalom. It's Brother Azar from the GMS Raleigh, GMS North Carolina camp back under the Lord's willing edifying lesson. Before we go any further, and with all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. The honors the apostle of the great millstone for teaching us to represent truth according to the Bible well. And peace and blessings so reflect the nation of Israel, take through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. When we get into the Lord's will edifying lesson, you know how the Lord is going to put a stop to the plans of the wicked. This is Psalms 9 and 19. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Right? And this is a prayer. This is what we're constantly begging, Yahweh Shema Shai to do, right? To arise, and not let the plans of the wicked elite of Esau, Edom prevail, right? As they imagine mischief, right? Scriptures say they only consult that they may cast us down from our excellency, right? Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Right? And we're asking the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, to show his power. To show his power in the earth. To flex on these nations. Right? That's what we are patiently waiting for the Most High, to start flexing his power upon these nations even more. Right? And those who trust in this system, to be brought low, things get bad and, things heat up in the earth and then things cool down a little bit. Right now, things are, are very bad, in the earth, but people are still able to, as my brothers like to say, still able to go get their Starbucks coffee, and still able to turn on the game, which I believe is basketball season. I really don't know because I don't keep up with it. I don't know what season we are in sports, but people are still able to watch sports. People are still able to turn on their entertainment and be distracted, especially the wicked of our people, right? And they're going to fall hand in hand with the wicked. This is Psalms 94:1. O Yahweh. Yeah, it says, O Lord Yahweh, to whom vengeance belongeth, O Yahweh, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Right? So we're asking the Lord to show himself, show his power, to flex his power upon these nations, bring them in fear, bring fear and dread upon them. This is what we are patiently waiting for, right? Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render, right? Render means to give a reward to the proud, right? These nations have been very proud towards Yahweh Shema Shai. It's a very proud thing to say that they're going, they're NWO. That's a very bold statement to say. For them to say that they're gonna micro see it, with the Georgia Guidestones and bring the population down to 500 million. For them that they're gonna bring a great coaling in the earth. Those are proud statements against the Heavenly Father's creation. And you hear what these guys, these men, what they say, how we don't need the Most High anymore because we can create rain. And many these devils have spoken many things throughout the years, but the Most High has been patient, right? The Most High is allowing them to build up their tab, right? Verse 3, Lord, how long shall the wicked How long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? How long? Well, Job tells us how long. This is Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? The triumphing of the wicked is short, right? So how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they prosper? For a short time. It was never meant to be forever, right? This is Job 13. That's a good one. Gotta bring that one out more. This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So men have boundaries that the Most High is not going to allow them to pass, right? No matter how much planning they do, right? No matter how much well thought out their plans are, no matter how much, no matter what they do, it's not going to work. Their MWO is going to fail. Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity. Devise means to plan, right? So their plans are full of iniquity, and work evil upon their beds. Right here it is. They've been given the earth, right? And in their rest, they're working evil, right? When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands, right? The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, right? And they're practicing evil. They're practicing deceit, deception, iniquity, right? And the Most High is saying, woe unto them, right? The Most High is going to surely judge Esau, Edom, and these nations, and all those who are allied, of our people who are allied with Esau, Edom. You're surely going to be brought down, right? And this is what we, the believers of Yahweh Shema Shai, are patiently waiting for, and we know it to be true. We know the Most High is going to put an end to Esau, Edom's reign upon the earth, right? It's not a matter of if, but only when, right? This is 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, right? So the godly, the hour of temptation that's coming upon the earth, this microseia that they plan to establish, to make it law in the earth. Well, the Most High knoweth how to deliver the godly out of that temptation, and to reserve, right, the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished, right? The unjust, the wicked of our people are going to be punished for all their iniquity, right? 2/3, Esau, Edom, right? They're being reserved for the day of punishment, right? They shall not go unpunished, right? Well, that's a good one. We haven't brought that one out in a while, right? This is Psalms 75, and verse 4. I said, let's go to the point. Verse 6. It says, For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one, and setteth up another. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, it is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same, but the dregs thereof all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them, right? So the wicked, are going to drink of the wine of Yahweh Shema Shai's wrath, right? He's going to set up, a king that's profitable to rule on the earth. And this is what we, the believer of Yahweh Shema Shai, are patiently waiting for this man to be taken out of power. And we are one day closer to the end of Esau Edom's reign. With that, pray they edified. To the next one, say Shalom.